What is up, Scar Knight, bringing you this last, probably final breakdown analysis video. There's a lot to cover here, especially with new Pokemon. A lot of leaks came out and a whole bunch of trailers. A lot of stuff that I haven't covered that I'm going to cover in this video too. So I'll save the leaks for last because they're pretty much 100% true. And also I'll also save the new Pokemon. But first, we could go take care of the stuff that I missed, and then we'll go further and further, and it'll get more interesting as it goes on. And that is a promise. So let's go get started with the first video. We're gonna start with the review because I didn't realize this came out. So we're gonna review every single Pokemon that has passed by. This is a Japanese trailer, and I imagine this is gonna be a 40-minute video. I'm not entirely sure, that's just a guess of mine. First we have Grookey over here, of course, the grass starter. That's its greeting, a Wooloo. And now next is Scorbunny, and this is only a refresher just so we could get into the rest of the new Pokemon that we haven't covered. But yeah, Scorbunny right here. That's just hanging out with an Eevee. And of course Sobble, the water starter. I would like to know which one of these starters would you choose. There's also a Ninetales right there, which is really interesting. I don't know if I pointed that out last time, but that's confirmed for this game pretty much. Of course, we also have Wooloo and Gossifleur right here. I'm really trying to keep my eye out for anything that's possibly new that I haven't covered. There's also Eldegoss, and of course one of my favorite, Corviknight. And don't forget that Corviknight could do the taxi ride thing. And not only that, of course, the Gigantamax Corviknight with the red laser wings and the 3 clouds on its head. And then we have Dreadnought, the water rock type, even though I thought it was rock dragon or something. And then the Gigantamax Dreadnought, having a more expansive canyon-like shell. And then there's everybody's favorite Corgi, Yamper, which still has yet to introduce the evolution. Not even in the leaks it showed, it's just so far just the billboard, or maybe it has shown on the leaks, I'm not entirely sure, but interesting nonetheless. There is some clips that I haven't shown off when it came to Yamper, but here's the next one right here. I want to say Roly-Coly. Is that right? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. It may not be its name. There's also some clips on Roly-Coly that I might not covered, because there's a video that pretty much entails of everything when the Pokemon were introduced. It's just screenshots I haven't covered. But then we do have Duraludon, I think it's his name. That's definitely a Pokemon I always forget the name of. The dragon type. I think it's Steel Dragon, right? And then Alcremia with all its special flavors I'll put on the screen. And this is a different screenshot. They're showing Alcremia inside the fighting type gym pretty much. And also in the Ghost Gym, which are exclusive differently from Sword and Shield. One's for Sword and the other one's for Shield version. Which is another question that I want to ask you guys. It's all which version will you guys get? Sword version or Shield version? Either way, of course, there's Gigantamax Alcremia being the big old wedding cake. I kind of am curious if it changes depending on the color, or will it always just be this? And there's Hangry Mang here. I legitimately forgot his name because all I call him is Hangry Mang. I think it's I want to say Puyukumuku, but no, it starts with the M. I don't remember. I'm just going to call him Hangry Mang for the rest of my life, if you don't mind. And of course, he turns into Hangrier Mang. I'm pretty sure either I'll nickname him Hangry Mang or Snickers. I feel like it's the only appropriate names for him. So, yeah, I dubbed these Snickers and Hangry Mang. One of the two, or both. I think both. And it's kind of funny too how he has the P as part of his pictures and stuff. But of course, one of the first Galarian forms, we got Galarian Wheezing. Interesting that there's no Galarian Coughing. I kind of would have preferred a Galarian Coughing to come with the package, but it's just Galarian Wheezing for right now. We didn't even see a Coughing evolution either. We don't even know if, because we haven't just seen them in general. And we got Galarian Zigzagoon, one of the big main ones for one reason and one reason only. And I do think that this Galarian Zigzagoon is better than the original Zigzagoon. It has more adorable qualities. I always thought that Zigzagoon was adorable in Colosseum, but just look at him, like it's Galarian Zigzagoon, it's adorable. And of course, along with Galarian Zigzagoon, there's Galarian Linoon, looking more like a badger, and with a very sharp tongue. And with that, it will become the evolution of Galarian Linoon to turn into Obstagoon. There's no reason to put the Galarian form in there because, or at least saying it, because this is its own thing, only in Galar, only in the region of Galar. Obstagoon. And then there's Crimorant, and this is also a new screenshot that we haven't seen, but when it was introduced, it was shown, like it's on the river and then passing on the little Pokecamp site by the snow, and it's fighting an Inkay, and it's using the move Dive as well, and it's like eating the fish. And there's actually a screenshot that can show the fish specifically. When I first saw just the fish by itself, I looked at it differently. I wasn't sure because when Crimorant shot him out, I thought that the front of it was the face. I thought it had like catfish whiskers, but that was just the tail of the fish. And then there's Poltegeist in a different screenshot right here that's in the Foggy Forest, which we did see in the trailer with the legendary Pokemon. And there's some leaks showing something pertain to this Pokemon, so we'll get to that later. And then there's Surfetch. I never noticed that the bottom of the sword has like a weird ropey thing. I don't know what they're called. They're like little danglies. And then this is showing inside the Wi-Fi battle place, but I'm pretty sure that you guys seen this when he attacks the Excavalier and also the Gallade, but it's only in sword version. And we did show him in like the other breakdown analysis video. Just look at that face. Along with a Pokemon exclusive sword version Pokemon, there is a shield version exclusive being Galarian Ponyta. Still have yet to say if there's a Galarian Rapidash or anything like that, so I'm not entirely sure. That's also something the leaks didn't cover, or maybe it has, I don't know. And then we see that there's this Dynamax Duraludon. Again, I don't know if I'm saying it wrong. But this guy, he immediately takes back his Charizard in Gigantamax form, the Gigantamax version of Charizard, which is so cool. I think this is my definite favorite Gigantamax form. Just the fire wings and the fire tongue and the ears and the collar, even the stomach. He's a bit of more of a tubby boy, but it's fine. Like, I don't know, he's so freaking cool. As he's shooting his Max Flare move, I forget what it was called, his Gigantamax Fire move on the Duraludon. But yeah, they're all now introducing the Gigantamax forms, so the next one of course is Gigantamax Fat Pikachu! With this more zigzaggy tail that's all lightninged up. And since there's a Let's Go game named after Pikachu and also yellow version, even though there's no brown version except for like that ROM hack, there is a counterpart to Let's Go Pikachu, and that is Let's Go Eevee, which, of course, Eevee also has a Gigantamax form. Which begs the question, like if he uses a stone, does he just not use the Gigantamax form? Because I'm pretty sure that Gigantamax Eevee is just as strong as all his forms combined, so I'm not even sure. But Eevee's so much fluff now. Just all the fluff in the world. He has a mane. Technically he has a bigger mane than a Pyroar, which is funny. And then Butterfree with this Gigantamax form. Gigantamax Butterfree with big ol' wings of blue and green and just multiple colors. And I do like Gigantamax form Butterfree. It does remind me a lot of Vivillon though. I wouldn't mind of it having like different designs either if it did. There might be, I don't know. Kinda wish that Pokemon kinda had like those special different colored Pokemon from like the anime. Like, you know, that Butterfree that ate special food, or the pink Pokemon from that island. Either way, the next Gigantamax form is Gigantamax Meowth, which is a very elongated, different symbol style on his coin, Meowth, with possessive eyes. in a strange way, I do like this Pokemon. If you get the game early, of course, or pre-order, or however the deal is, you get yourself a Gigantamax Meowth along with some Quick Balls and a Jingmo-O along with also a Larvitar, and you could also get the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee transferred or whatever to get your Gigantamax form Pikachu and your Gigantamax form Eevee as well. So that is for the first trailer. I think there's one that I didn't really cover, and that is the different customizations that I haven't seen before, and I'll go through this really briefly. So we see this guy, and then there's this girl, and then there's this guy, and then like just different people pretty much. I don't know why I say it like that, but you see all of them right here. And all of them are in Japanese, so I can't really list them down, so I'll just show screenshots of how they're dressed and stuff. You know, you see him in a beret, and then you see that we're inside a shop and all that, and then he has a bowl cut. And then there's some hairstyles that we did cover, and of course eye color, trying to look extra fancy. And I saw like a Lapras symbol on the background with some kind of TV or something. I don't know what that is, but I like the Pikachu shirt. That's very pop culture. I don't know. I don't think I could wear it, but I wouldn't mind to. But yeah, all these customizations, just all the expansive things that you could do. And then the trainer's talking to Hop, and then of course the trainer cards. I think this is just for like when you Wi-Fi battle or when you see them online, you can see this. And it's kind of interesting too, because you kind of see like the Rotom, which is bizarrely white and red. I don't know what that is. It's kind of roundish in a way. And this is the Pokemon Center actually. I don't think I actually took a good look in there. And then that cafe shop, which I never do, but that's been there since Sun and Moon, and I hardly ever go. I only went in the beginning and never went back ever again. But along with your trainer card, you could also do some special poses, and I did cover this part where you could do like smiley faces or whatever. And that's how it would look if you were to battle. They're doing a 3-on-3 match. Yeah, again with the Cramorant thing, like I saw this first until I saw like the review. I'm all like, oh, Cramorant's on the river. I never seen that before. But yeah, they're showing that he's using dive and all that. So I don't know why I bothered to show that, but I did. Isn't that cool? There's also like the Poltergeist thing that I was talking about as well. Being in the foggy forest. I'm not sure what this is. I think they look like they're achievements, or maybe these are people, because I can't really tell. I think they are people, because the bottom of the screen with the picture of an Eevee has the guys all like a trade or something, I think. And then there's the other one where it's like it's cooking, and then the other one's Pokemon Camp. Again, I can't read Japanese, so I'm not really sure what it says, but that's what I think. Maybe it's just the online people that you could see or whatever. We also see like the Pokebox. The person has a Grookey level 15, a Wooloo level 14, Yamper level 17, Galarian Zigzagoon level 14, and the Hangry Mang level 16, and the Gossifleur level 15. And in the box, Jingmo-O, Pikachu, Growlithe, Combi, which Combi's the first time it's been confirmed in the game. Stuffle, Pancham, Roselia, Haunter, Hoot Hoot, Trapinch, Boulder, Astini, and a Manectric. Okay, very interesting box that you have. See the trainer just running across the thing, and then Gloria is trying to battle you or whatever she's doing. Oh no, she's trading while you're still running, which is interesting. You got a Larvitar. Oh, that's pretty good. And then there's that wheel thing that I saw from that Scorbunny, or the starters things. Oh, this is where I saw the Scorbunny Eevee thing. I wasn't sure if I showed that off or not, but it tricked my mind because I thought I did show it before. And then we see a Wooloo running away with a Yamper chasing it, and also like the Alcremius hanging out. I thought that I'm still not sure what a shiny Alcremia would look like, but this green one has like a clover leaf on it, and the other one has strawberries, which I was like saying maybe if it has a shiny form, the things on its head would change color instead, but I don't know anymore, so I don't know. And then there's Wooloo singing, it's enjoying its time, and Manectric's there, which I wasn't sure if I pointed out in a different breakdown analysis, but see Ditto and Sudowoodo back there, while this Pikachu's talking to Cramorant. Togedemaru and Galarian Zigzagoon, and the ball's being thrown to Yamper, letting him play fetch, but I don't think Yamper's getting that ball. But this Vileplume's getting this ball. It's a different ball. We see Vanillux and a Cherubi, which is confirmed for the game. I can't tell what that thing is way back there. Is that a Swirlix? I see Snorlax, but is that Snorlax about to commit murder? And then we see Pokemon that's also been confirmed right here is a Lampent and a Dusknoir, Dusclops, and a Bronzong, which all of them are now confirmed. And whoa, that Rotom is zipping all over the place. I'm gonna have to really look down. It's moving pretty damn fast. Mawile talking to a Duraludon, Lucario, and an Obstagoon. And I also wasn't sure if I showed Grookey off, like, swing his stick for no reason, but Gossipler's talking to me. Nectric right here, Obstagoon's singing, Dreadnought singing, and of course Sabo's just having a good time. And then we see the Poke Camp right here, and Sabo's doing something. I don't know why he's looking away at the camera now, but he's talking to Golisopod, and then there's a Flygon and a, I am blanking on your name, Sliggoo Evolution. The Sliggoo Evolution. That's I don't remember. I don't know. And then all the evolutions just here at the Poke Camp for some reason. Like, for these people that go on the Poke Camp, they really sure do theming, because the other one had like ghost types and psychic types. So, interesting, as they're doing something with Leafeon. And then of course all the ingredients of the food and the berries, cooking all this stuff into the pot. Sylveon and Glaceon's just watching, Espeon's there too, and then I think Jolteon was back there. He was doing something, I don't know what that was, maybe it was just Eevee. And then cooking some soup, and I don't know what's happening, but there's like a golden beam that just shot out from the cauldron, so I don't know. And then Leafeon is like watching the character eat its food. I sure hope it's vegetarian. Actually, would that be worse? I'm not sure. I don't know. Either way, that's it for that trailer. I know I kind of like dwindled a bit, but still, you know. This trailer right here actually shows off the Wi-Fi battles. I mean, they did briefly look on that, but this is like a real look inside of it, if you want to take a look on it. As there's like a Dynamax Machamp, Dynamax Milotic in the background, and a Frostlass. And Rhyperior, Mimikyu, and Snorlax, and I think that's Cloyster. I don't know if they're gonna actually show a real good look because I couldn't really see it clearly because there's like a whole bunch of words. But we're on the online screen and it shows off to go to this battle with the trainer cards. Very similar. 4-on-4 match. Double battle like VGC with the Eastbound Gastrodon and an Arcanine. His two Pokemon, which is Galarian Weezing and Galiciopod. Arcanine with the Fire Blast to Galiciopod. Took out a lot of health, and I think that's emergency exit, so he returns. Oh, never mind, he still stays, huh? He did some kind of move. It might have been Liquidation, but either way, it skips to a different trainer with Gengar and Snorlax versus Rhyperior and Mimikyu. And I really don't know if these are Pokemon that you could just find in the game, because this is just like introducing Wi-Fi battles. If it is, I mean, Haunter is in the game, so Rhydon's also in the game, so yeah, they probably are. It's kind of a dumb question, but Hammer Arm on Snorlax, and we skip to another one where it's like an all dragon match. Not really, because Dreadnought's not dragon, dang it. Como, Tyranitar, Duraludon, and Dreadnought. He's doing Draco Meteor on Como. Jesus. Oh, I think that was a red card or something. Or not red card, but like one of those items that makes you returned or whatever. Haxorus and Conkeldurr versus Obstagoon and Flygon here. I don't know what that... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say what's that red symbol, but no, Haxorus is female. And this trainer returns his Pokemon, and I didn't even see which Pokemon he's returning, but he's definitely going for either Dynamax or Gigantamax now. Might add, I never actually seen this trailer, but I'm definitely breaking it down. It's a Raichu. Is a Dynamax Raichu better or weaker than a Gigantamax Pikachu? But it's versus a Dynamax Machamp, which I was trying to see if it was gonna be here or not, but oh man, with the Max Lightning or whatever that move's called. There is Pokemon on the littler part of the field. I think I saw a Ferrothorn and a Ludicolo, I do believe. He's doing like a max fighting move. Kills the Raichu, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was a Ferrothorn and Ludicolo. a lot of lightning on the floor. Dynamax Milotic, which is really hard to kill, versus a Togekiss, and I didn't see the other Pokemon, but there's like a lot of ice breaking down. Oh jeez, is that a Cottony? Oh god. And then there's a Frostlass, which I did see, but like I said, the text was covering it. I don't know what it's doing. Is that Aurora Build that Frostlass used? I don't know. There's Corviknight right here, and then Gyarados got sent out. Both replacing the other Pokemon, because they're still Milotic, and for some reason Cottony's still here. Is this Corviknight he's returning? Yes it is, Gigantamax Corviknight versus Milotic. I need to know if these Gigantamax Pokemon are indeed stronger than Dynamax Pokemon, because if not, Milotic is going to be really hard to kill. It's at like 65%. Oh, it did kill. That's my curiosity, I'm not really sure, but it is hailing on the field. Why did it explode? What just happened? Okay, well that's it for that trailer. I said I was going to do it briefly, but I meant more so on the customization, because we already did cover that. This one we might have already seen most of the screenshots, because there's all these 4 trainers. We haven't probably seen these trainers, except for the girl in the green dress, but there's a Dynamax Duraludon, which is still might be like the Charizard, Gigantamax Charizard that is, versus Duraludon, which is why I'm pretty sure we already covered that. But yeah, Gigantamax Charizard versus Duraludon, that's something we have seen. But then there's this Gigantamax Pikachu versus Gigantamax Eevee. Who do you guys think is going to win this match? Eevee's specialty move is to attract Pokemon, and Pikachu's special move is like a lightning crash. I forget what exactly it was, but that's the matchup. Because in this one they're just showing off all the Gigantamax forms, but there has been leaks of different Pokemon, not just Kanto, that are also Gigantamax and also non-Galarian, so it's not just these guys. They're just saving some just to give you a little preview. But Gigantamax Butterfree versus Eldegoss, that's Dynamax formed. It's Milos, by the way. Meowth versus Dreadnought, so he's gonna definitely Gigantamax Meowth right here. And that's pretty much it for that trailer. It wasn't too much, they just wanted to show off the Gigantamax forms. It's just different screenshots that I haven't done. This trailer is about 30 seconds long right here. We already seen this Butterfree screenshot on here, but we haven't really seen Milotic all that well. But there's a Como running across the screen, and then there's a Glalie and a Abomasnow and a Vanillix right there. And then there's the trainer getting ready for his journey. We have seen most of these and the starter Pokemon. And then this trainer going up to this Flygon, which is very interesting. We haven't seen that. He's going up against some and just caught the Flygon apparently. Hangryman's talking to Mimikyu right here. I do see Purloin, or not Purloin, but oh, it is Purloin. I was gonna say Liepard. Purloin talking to Stuffle, and I think I see a Growlithe and a Braviary right there. I didn't know Mimikyu's like dummy mouth could open. That's kind of weird. I can't tell what's that Pokemon behind it because right now it's kind of blurry on my screen, but I'll enhance it in editing. Cramorant, Wooloo, Duraludon, Galarian Weezing, Galarian Zigzagoon, and then the trainer right by Avalugg. This trainer walking through the Brick City, and then going to the water gym, and now inside the water gym, and then versus Nessa. This is a regular Dynamax Pikachu. That's so weird to look at after seeing Gigantamax Pikachu like twice already. But it's versus a regular Dynamax Dreadnought. And this is the first time ever we've seen the 2 legendary Pokemon in gameplay rather than in trailer, but it is rather interesting. Just their appearance right here. I'm trying to watch this trailer back to see if anything's new, but they're pretty much showing everything that we literally seen. That's a different angle with all the Pokemon pretty much. Well, nah, we did see Yamper before. Yeah, this trailer is pretty much the same. I'm just gonna show screenshots that I haven't seen, like Sirfetch'd fighting a Mudbray, trainer going through the Wobbuffets, which is interesting because I just saw the little dragon face thing on the side. Trainer by a Gigalith, Haxorus, a Wailord, which would be interesting to Dynamax. Everybody's talking about that. And then first is a Shuckle. It will literally be the biggest Pokemon. I think I saw Aegislash. There's a Wooper, so he's confirmed for the game. I'm pretty sure I've seen, yeah, there was already Quagsire, so I guess he was already confirmed anyway. And there's a Chinchilla right there. I see you. Galarian Ponyta in battle, and then Galarian Zigzagoon, Galarian Weezing, and this guy's using an Ultra Ball on this Corviknight, and a Great Ball, and then whoever threw that Ultra Ball, it might be the same Corviknight. Team Yell, and I think her name was Marnie. I might be forgetting what the name was. And then they're showing off the battles. And there's this construction worker with this Rogan Rolla. There's B again. The water gym had a different view. The ghost gym? Was that the ghost gym? Yeah, it was the ghost gym. I think it's at the same town as the fighting gym is the thing. Milo, Nessa, I forget her name. And I want to say that's Alistair, I think. Lepers, Mantine, and Mantique. Or Mantike, I should say. Whoa, what was that? Okay, Corviknight's flying there. What is that in the grass? Are those Stuffles? What is that? I can't tell what that is. Oh no, those are Combi. I was thinking that they're moving too quick. Then there's Liepard and Galarian Lanoons. Duck Trio, Tyranitar walking, and the Snorlax was just a little bit ago. Then a Golurk, Ghastly, and Duskull, which we already seen. Steelix. Yeah, we've seen some of these. Bronzor, and then there's a Galiciopod just casually walking by. I wonder if he's really aggressive to attack you. Dusknoir, Mudsdale, Manectric right there. Dynamax Eldegoss, which we have seen. All these freaking lasers, what the heck, pedestals, I guess. Dynamax Gyarados, which we've seen this one before. I don't remember if Golurk was part of the party, but more likely he was. And then trying to catch the Gyarados. There's a Serena right there, which I didn't notice. The customs, Pokejobs, Pokecams, the trainer cards. You already seen most of that. Any screenshots that I'm missing, I'm just gonna show off. There's some new ones, but nothing too fancy. Oh, I have seen the Lapras one then. Okay. Yeah, it's the surfing thing. Pokejobs. Diglett and the other one. Oh, there's a Cramorant just flying by. Pokecamp. Oh my god, there's Liepard, Cramorant, Halucha, a Hydreigon just there. That's what I was oh my godding about. And I saw a Bisharp too. I don't know if I pointed out the Ditto a while ago, but I'm pretty sure I have. And this Scorbunny's flipping around all over the place over that food. I have seen this already, so I don't need to talk about that unless there's anything that I am missing. It's the trainer cards again. Oh, Drapion and a Sneasel. I didn't see that before. Oh, this one's different too. It's Hackmo versus Hitmontop. Oh, and then actual gameplay from Zacian and Zamazenta. That's dope. There's also like a 31-second commercial right here with the Gigantamax Corviknight just straight up on the screen, just blowing back Lucario. I think that's Gardevoir and a Beware with some live action going on with this guy throwing a Dynamax Pokeball or whatever this is called. And he has a Gigantamax Charizard. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he just have a Gigantamax Charizard ready to go? Does he stay fire flying? I don't know. And I really hope they give some love to Blastoise and Venusaur. It's not right just giving it to Charizard, but Dynamax Tyranitar there. We saw Pikachu a little bit ago, but I'm already tired of mentioning him. I'm not sure what that was. What was that? Oh, that was Galarian Ponyta, okay. And then all the leaders they're showing. Wait, what was that right there? I saw like, I think that was a Duraludon glowing. What? Wait, no, why is it colored that way? I'm really confused there. What? It's all pink and blue. What the heck? That was weird. And then they're showing up the legendaries in battle again. I guess there was like a commercial that just showed something. So this guy turns on a Game Boy and sees like Pikachu and just a whole bunch of Pokemon. I'm gonna name a lot of Pokemon here. Haunter, Snorlax, Wobbuffet, Umbreon, Xatu, all from the generations. Larvitar, now he's playing Game Boy Advance. Seedar, Ludicolo, Flygon, Gardevoir, Sableye, to DS. Glaceon, Abomasnow, Rotom, Bronzor, Lucario, to 5th gen, to 3 Munas, Hydreigon, Vanillix, Chandelure, what's its face, Golurk, and then I see a Sigilyph as well, to 3DS, with their Sylveon, a Slurpuff, I think that's a Pancham, Halucha, Heliolisk, I barely see the Pokemon, Aegislash, and I think that's a Pangoro. I didn't see what's that Pokemon up there though, is that a Noivern? I can't tell. Yeah, it's a Noivern. Any other Pokemon I'm missing? I feel like I am. And then of course Alola with Mimikyu, Puyukumuku, Galiciopod, Beware. I could still hardly see Pokemon. I think that's a Como. And then I think I saw, I almost said Volbeat. Oh my god. The electric bug type, the beetle. I have this Pokemon in my freaking Sun and Moon team too, and I don't remember his name. And then there's no reason to name any other Pokemon because there's a whole bunch right here, and I don't think I should name them. But people say that there's like 8th gen Pokemon here, and I still have yet to see one, so I don't know. I see Octillery, that's an interesting choice to have. Yeah, I'm looking around, I don't see shit. Not one 8th gen one I've seen so far. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But apparently it's a Sword and Shield commercial, so there you go. This trailer right here claims that it is the final trailer, just in general, which is why trying to get this close to it as possible. I don't think we'll see anything too new, but I do know that this is the trailer that introduced the last Pokemon as of right now, besides like the whole leak thing. Oh, that one's kind of different. I never noticed that Alcremia before. Does he even slow down? There's actually a whole bunch of other Alcremias there. Like in gameplay, I haven't seen these other Alcremias. They only showed the pink and green one. But as you can see, all the other colors right there. That one has blueberries. Then Hangry-Mang, Galarian Ponyta, Roly-Coly, Duraludon, Cramorant, Galarian Zigzagoon, Sirfetch'd, Poltegeist, Gossifleur, and then this Pokemon is the new Pokemon I was talking about. They never actually officially announced it, which is the weird thing. I think he's Ghost Dragon though. It's very, very interesting. It's like almost like a puzzle piece in a way. Maybe the Pokédex will say it once was a dragon till it was stuck in a magical puzzle, all separated and longing to force a person to put them back together to be forever cursed or something. That's my guess. This guy just threw a Moonball at Corviknight. What is with these trainers throwing different Pokeballs at Corviknight? I mean, he is worth it. This looks like some kind of subway station that he's in. And then this one's really cool. This is the forest where we saw the Galarian Ponytas. I didn't know Impidimps could glow, but those are Impidimps down there by these glowing mushrooms. And of course the trainers. And then this kid dressed up as a Pikachu for some reason. Of course that kid has a Pikachu versus a Wooper. I don't remember if Wooper starts off water ground. He might, but he might just be water as well. I always get that mixed up. Galarian Linoone versus this Dual Blade. Of course he's gonna evolve to Obstagoon. Leafeon running down, we already sealed that one. And then Roggenrolas, that was kind of a different screenshot. The screenshot after that shows Araquanids walking. Speaking of walking, there's Sudowoodo. And then Milotic, Corviknight, Sigilyph, Haxorus, Abomasnow, Pokecamp, all the evolutions. We've seen that one just today. So, and then this guy is enjoying his food with Togepi. And there's also like apparently a bike minigame. See Flygon, Galarian Weezing, Sliggoo's Evolution, Galiciopod, and I can't really see what else is there. Oh, yeah, no, actually I am wrong. It's not just one new Pokemon. Here's another new Pokemon right here too. I first learned about this Pokemon through the leaks. He is a evolution of Mr. Mime, I believe. I think it's kind of a weird evolution to be quite fair. Or he could be a Mime Jr. evolution. I'm not sure. I do believe Mr. Mime is in the Pokédex though. We'll get to him in a second. There's also Lapras right there. I see Burmite or whatever his name was, Abomasnow. I can't believe I'm forgetting these names. It's just like shooting across so fast. What was that Pokemon right there? I'm trying to figure that out. There was like a, I think that was a Weavile. And then the people tapping their foot with the Rodon phone and the train. Oh, this is a nice view of the map. That's kind of cool view. I'll keep that for later. And then there's the Pokédrops thing like I mentioned. And there's the professors, there's Hop in the battle with Leon watching, might add. Team Yell with Marnie, and then B. No one cares about B though. Fireworks with the president, which is another thing which I remember, but we'll get to that as well. Don't worry about that. And then all the leaders, which is a few of them that we actually haven't seen before. Because we know Milo and Nessa here. We also know about the Alistair and then the fighting girl. But then there's some other trainers right here that are clearly leaders. And there's the entrance to the grass gym, and then there's a bunch of Wooloos and inside the water gym. And of course other participants that are trying to go in the gym as well. And then a little Phantom. With the trainer versus Nessa right here. And then they're showing all the other trainers. And then there's Grookey versus Mimikyu, Sobble versus Hitmontop, Scorbunny versus Eldegoss. And Nessa's just announcing her Dynamax form or something like that. Yep, all the leaders are throwing out their Dynamax Pokemon. Of course there's Dreadnought. They don't want to go straight up with the Gigantamax form quite yet. With Max Geyser on Dynamax Yamper. And I think that was the Dynamax Roly-Coly versus Eldegoss. Leon with his Charizard. Is this the beginning actually? Because I think that's Leon's same Charizard they're showing off being Gigantamax form. Yeah, this is the cutscene. That's interesting. Then the Pikachu versus Eevee Gigantamax forms, Meowth, and then all the other Galar Pokemon Gigantamax forms. We still need other regions to have these forms, but there's Gigantamax form Butterfree, be able to be caught, I mean. They say Daymax? I guess it is in Japanese, so maybe that's just how they say it. It's Dayamax. I don't know. I'm not sure. Different custom characters. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to screenshot because they're doing it every literal second. Oh my god. Dynamax Galiciopod, Dynamax Tyranitar, and Gardevoir, and an Aegislash, and I think that's his critical hit, but I don't know, I don't speak Japanese, I have no idea what that says. All the rivals in the world, and some more words that I cannot read. Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, I actually haven't seen that before. Wait a second. This is a very, very interesting picture. Two people where there's lightning storms, and the guy, he looks like he's falling, and then these two on the right picture with the sword and the shield at the top, with the clouds kind of departing. Because the first picture you could clearly see in the background that there's some kind of war going on. That's very, very interesting. Holy jeez, my god. Okay, so I was kind of right, because I was kind of like saying like they could be fighting like some kind of like, I already knew it was a legendary Pokemon that they're backing each other up for, but I was saying like the possibility of it's still throughout their mythology, or is it like that giant Pokemon from the hill? You know, that's what I always figured, that the lightning strike and it kind of caused havoc a long time ago, but then they used that power to have Dynamax and Gigantamax forms. It's still really, really interesting stuff. Some more Japanese I can't read. Leon throwing a Pokeball. I don't know if he's gonna force to battle us, but oh man. And then Zacian and Zamazenta, and a gigantic explosion, which I have no idea what's going on in the background, but it changed to the forest for some reason. November 15th. That is tomorrow. If I had put the video on time. I don't know if I did or not, but I will have 2 videos up and ready. But that was 2 new Pokemon right there. I'll show another video as a smooth transition to get to the leaks. Because it is gonna go down, people. It is going to go down. So this trailer right here is for the TCG, which is just the Pokemon cards. They're introducing like the new segment that they're gonna be doing, and the reason I'm showing this is because it's like the little double cards, or how should I say this? It's like the team, 2 Pokemon just teaming with each other, just like how it was with Machamp and that Fighting Ghost Pokemon. I'm also forgetting his name. As you can see, there's like a Solgaleo, Tapu Lele, but it's GX, Ultra Necrozma, and I think that's Niganadal, and then there's also like Buzzwole. Tag Team, Pikachu, Zekrom, Reshiram and Charizard, Mewtwo, and I think that was, yeah, Mewtwo and Mew. Just the whole god trio, why not? Palkia, Dialga, and Arceus, why not? It's not like it's tag team meaning 2, but let's just put all 3. Oh look, the 3 baby mons. Let's see if they stand against each other. Against the gods, Igglybuff, Cleffa, and Togepi. I don't know. I guess 6-man tag, 6 Pokemon tag, I don't know. And then Zacian with Brave Blade. Some of the Pokemon card moves aren't actual moves when it comes to the games, but more likely it might be for these Pokemon. It might be their signature moves. Assault Tackle for Zamazenta, and then there's 1 Pokeball. Or Pokeball, did I say Pokeball? There's 1 special Pokemon. Wait, why is the V all special? Like it said it will continue to evolve, but the V was acting funny. But this is the reason why I'm showing this trailer off, right here. Zekrom's looking at this Pokemon card, and then there's the aura of red with clouds, and it's gigantic. I think you know where I'm going with this. This more likely is the giant Pokemon from the hillside. It says 330, I don't know why it says that, but this is a teaser from Sword and Shield. Besides showing Zacian and Zamazenta, they're showing that as well. And I think that's a good transition as any to get to the leaks. So, I don't know how long this will take me to do, but there's a lot that went down. Like a lot. Like a big lot. So for those that want to avoid this part of the spoiler, because this is definite spoilers, because it's fine to get news and all that stuff, but if you guys don't want to know like the new Pokemon that hasn't been official yet, then this is a good point to leave. Just let me know. Just put in the comments that leak free or something, and then I'll know. So it's a good time to leave the video, and then I'll completely understand. I'm like, no, it's okay, fine, I understand. Okay, so I can't exactly find the freaking like source where I found it from, but I found like a different thing. It doesn't have any pictures, so I have to provide them for you pretty much. So yeah, that means a lot more work for me, so that's cool. Anyway, let's start with Grookey. Grookey will evolve into this Pokemon called Thwackey, which is the middle version, and then into Rillaboom, all of which is pure grass. It is kind of what I envisioned. It has like this big old drum, kind of longish hair, so you know there's that. Then there's the Sabo evolution, where it's the water type, and then it evolves into Sizzle. It's like kind of an emo type of look to it. It's water type. Like I think the first leaked picture that I saw, it was kind of shiny but not really, because I'm pretty sure it has like blue and purple, or not, like blue, black, and purple is its colors, but it appears to be blue, light green, like a very bright neon green almost, and black. And then that evolves into Inteleon, which all of this is themed after a spy, which was a rumor of a leak from a long time ago. I did mention it, that like Sabo may turn into like some type of spy type of Pokemon. I didn't know what that meant at the time. I'm all like, I don't know. It was like, I kind of pictured like a, I'm gonna be honest, like a masculine spy. I didn't know they could go with the female like spy. Not really so much masculine, I kind of mean more so neutral, because like, I don't know, it's the same thing that I felt about Primarina, but I guess there's just a thing where there's like a masculine and then a feminine and then so on. But everybody thought that Grookey was gonna be that. Anyway, there's Scorbunny, still fire type, into Raboot, and then it evolves into Cinderace, which is not exactly what I had in mind. All of the starter Pokemon pretty much remained the same typing. They didn't add any other typing of any kind. You know, Grookey stayed throughout a full grass type. I thought it was going to be grass ground or grass fighting perhaps. Sobble, I don't remember what I said, like water dragon or water poison or whatever it was, but it just remained water. And I was really hoping that Scorbunny would eventually become like a fire electric type, but it's just fire type. At least it's not fire fighting type. Anyway, Wooloo will have a evolution called Dubwool, which kind of sounds like doubloons in a way. They are both normal type. I do think I saw Dubwool again. I don't have that picture in front of me, but Dubwool I do believe is like a goat. It has like ram horns and stuff. And then right here, Dreadnought actually has a pre-evolution called Choodle. It starts off as a water type, and then it evolves into Dreadnought, adding the rock type. A lot of people apparently think Dreadnought's pre-evolution is weird. I actually have yet to see Choodle, so I don't really know what it looks like. Maybe if I just look them up, actually. Hang on. Yeah, it is a bit weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It has like a weird face. I don't know if that's real or not. It looks not Pokemon related. It has like kind of big teeth, so yeah, I guess I could understand. As for Corviknight, it has two previous evolutions, which makes sense because Corviknight, if it starts off that way with being steel flying, I feel like that's too broken. Like, to be at the start of the game, you're gonna wall Grookey pretty easily. So the first evolution is called Rookidee, pure flying type, which is very interesting. Then Corvisquire, which is still a flying type, and then it gains Corviknight with steel flying type. Both of which I still haven't seen either, so let me put that at least. Is that Rookidee? It looks like a mix between a raven and a bluebird, unless that's not it. Oh, it is that bird. Okay. Shoot, I feel bad that the thing is like that, but Corvisquire, it looks pretty decent. Let me like put an actual bigger picture of it. Like I'll probably show that as well. Corvisquire. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think Corvisquire looks pretty decent. Then it's talking about Galarian Ponyta. So like I was saying, I wasn't sure if there was going to be a Rapidash form, but of course there is. Galarian Rapidash. Like I said, Ponyta isn't fairy type, it's just psychic type, but Rapidash is psychic and fairy type, which is good. Machamp is apparently going to have a Gigantamax form. His eyes glow yellow and his arms transform, and it looks like he acquires a pair of leggings. Interesting. Don't know what that means. I don't think anybody's seen this. Yeah, nobody's seen this yet, so we're not gonna really have a good show here. They're not exactly going in order either, is what I realize, but I guess that's fine. Apparently there's a Kingler Gigantamax form, which I didn't know about. So this giant crab proves that he's the real sea king with this seafoam armor and ginormous claw. Just a ginormous claw or what? And then finally Yamper with this evolution with Boltund. It looks okay. Yeah, I kinda dig it. It's fine. Impidimp also has an evolution, which I did kinda see, but I already forgot what it looks like. It evolves into Morgrim, still Dark Fairy type, and then again with Grimmsnarl. I do not like Morgrim. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I actually hate him. He's already automatically my least favorite Pokemon. Not more than Sableye, but maybe. I don't know. It really depends. As for the evolution, I don't hate it that much, but I still hate it. I'm not a fan of like anything that looks like Sableye. Impidimp is one of those Pokemon. I don't know. I'm not sure, but oh well. So Alcremia apparently has a pre-evolution, which is a bit weird. I forget that it's fairy type as well. So it's called Milcry. So you can never cry over spilled milk, apparently. Milcry. There's no pictures towards it at all that I could find. So it's very interesting. I just imagine it's like some kind of cupcake. Apparently it's very cute. So, and it's crying. Pinchurchin. This spiky little guy looks like he just wants to make a friend. He's an electric type Pokemon. Pinchurchin. Oh, it's a spike ball thingy. Okay. And it's electric type. And that's about it. Roly-Coly. These charcoal Pokemon are a great way to elude the England's Industrial Revolution. Fittingly, they're all rock fire type. So Roly-Coly is rock type, and then it evolves into Carkol rock fire, and then Colossal also being rock fire. I have seen them before, but again, I'm forgetting them. It's been a little bit of time. So Carkol. Wait, is it actually a train? I don't remember seeing a train before, but there's a bunch of pictures of it being a train. There's also like a Fakemon picture calling it Kokomotive, so interesting that everybody's depicting it as a train. I don't know. And Colossal actually has a Gigantamax form. This fiery fiend looks like he could have single-handedly provided power of a steam engine. He kinda also looked like one of those titans from Disney 1997 film Hercules. Colossal Rockfire. Interesting. So that thing I was talking about with Poltegeist, it actually does have a pre-evolution. It is called Sinistea, which is, I believe, a teacup, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, it's literally a teacup. If I ever catch it, I'm gonna call him Chip. Aracuda evolution is, which I don't even know who even it is, but there's a Pokemon apparently called Aracuda, and it evolves into Barraskewda. Is it the Barracuda Pokemon? Like, is it the one from Cramorant's mouth? Unsurprisingly, these two Pokemon are both water types. They don't seem like the kind of fish you want to swim around, though. Oh, it is! I did remember seeing that. Okay. There's a Pokemon called Nickit. It is a dark type and evolves into Thievul, also being a dark type. We finally learned that these two Max Foxes are both dark type Pokemon. Swiper no swiping. And I have been seeing it around. I actually didn't see it when it first came out, which is very interesting. I can't find it right now, but it's on screen, I'm sure. Berserker. Mischievous smiles. The little devils look like they're Meow's Viking cousins. It's a steel type? What? And apparently Garbodor is gonna have a Gigantamax form. This pile of garbage grows to an enormous size and acquires new refuse, including toy cruise ship and Clefairy doll. Oh, that's really cool. Lapras also having a Gigantamax form. This is like one of the first ones I heard about. Shells turns into a luxurious cruise ship whenever Lapras Gigantamaxes. Still water ice type. Oh, this one right here. You remember that time where I was telling you about like the president showing off a Pokemon, but we couldn't quite see it and I wasn't sure it was a giraffe? It turned out to be an elephant. This is what it was, Koufant. And then it evolves into Copperaha, Copperaja, I don't know. They're elephants. This is the one that I was looking at, that I wasn't sure what it was. Oh no, it wasn't a giraffe I was thinking of. It was a freaking camel. I just see it right here. They're both steel type, which is really interesting. Then we got Toxel, which evolves into Toxicity. Both of them poison electric type. Very unique typing, never happened before. Spiral colored Pokemon. Is this what it is? It's pretty cool. I dig it. I don't know where Toxicity is. Oh, is this him? Okay. There's apparently going to be a Galarian Yamask evolution. Or, Yamask. Oh, but the interesting thing is it doesn't evolve. It doesn't evolve normally though. Apparently Yamask doesn't evolve to Confagrius, but it evolves into Galarian Rune Rigus. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it. Ghost ground types, both of them. The Galarian Yamask is ghost ground. Very interesting. And you know, since they're artifacts, so like they're more likely stone tablets of some kind, since Yamask was already a gold mask and Confagrius was always kind of like a gold coffin, so it makes sense. They were always pure ghost though. There's a Pokemon called Hatena, it's a psychic type, evolves into Hatrem and then into Haturn. Oh, I do remember these Pokemon. Yeah, these are really good. I really like these. And apparently Haturn has a Gigantamax form. She looks like a classic lady from the 1800s for a summer stroll. Psychic fairy type still. Actually, Haturn turns into a psychic fairy type. Like Hatena and Hatrem is both psychic type. Silcobra. It's another snake Pokemon. Very interesting. But the difference here is that they're ground. And the evolution is Sandacondra. Oh man. Can't exactly find pictures of these two, but oh well. Sizzlepede, which is fire bug type, and then Sentis Scorch, also fire bug. They're primary fire, but they have the appearance of bugs, which I do remember them, and if I'm not mistaken, they do look like a lot like that Wind Waker enemy when you go to Dragon Roost Island. So Sentis Scorch actually has a Gigantamax form from a colossal size, and its belly become more yellow, long wisps of its fire tail from its face. There is Colobopus, water fighting type, and then Grapploct, water fighting type as well. Apparently it's like a boxer of some kind. Oh, actually I haven't seen these guys. They look really cool. That's dope. Wait, they're water fighting? That's awesome. Snom is an ice bug type. I don't think we ever had an ice bug type, except for like a bunch of fan-made games that has like these things. Frostmoth as well as an ice bug type. Oh, I like these. Dude, there's a lot of good designs here. I really like the design choices. Here's another bug type Pokemon. It's called Blipbug. Bug psychic type. It evolves into Dottler, also bug psychic, and then to Orbeetle. They are apparently caterpillars that turns into a ladybug Pokemon. Oh, I see. Okay, these are interesting. Squovit, normal type Pokemon. And then it evolves into Greendon. I have no idea what it could be. Oh, these are the squirrel Pokemon. These are the one from the freaking t-shirt. That's awesome. See, in the little picture thing that I couldn't really see, they are very early Pokemon. They're probably like, along with Wooloo, one of the earlier mons that you could get. But they have chubby cheeks. Oh man. Corsola has a Galarian form, huh? It doesn't say for some reason. It's not really done right here, but... Oh, I get it! Oh, I just looked ahead too. Okay, so Corsola is apparently a ghost type in the Galar region, and evolves into Cursola, which I have seen. It's very eerie. I think it's because due to the whole climate change that the whole corals in real life kind of is withering down or whatever. So it's very interesting. The current state of the ocean is sad and somber. But I looked ahead and I saw this thing, Galarian Mr. Mime. It looks like Mr. Mime has some more unfortunate life choices to get where he is now, and his cold coloring indicates he's both a psychic and an ice type. Psychic ice type, huh? And then he actually evolves into Mr. Rhyme. This guy looks like he either be Mr. Mime's best friend or his bitter rival. As with Mr. Mime, he's also a psychic ice type. I think Mr. Rhyme's the clown guy, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of weird too, because like the previous form, the Galarian Mr. Mime is taller than the evolution, so I don't know. He's changed his mime ways into clown ways. Galarian Abra. What? And on the page that I'm looking at, it actually doesn't have types. So that's interesting. This is potentially the most iffy link on this list. If this Abra does exist, then we should expect to see updated versions of Kadabra and Alakazam as well. Well, in the past, a lot of people think that Abra, Kadabra, and Alakazam might be like fighting types, maybe dark types as well, so that's my guess if there were to be one. I haven't really heard of an Abra or any of the lined up, and if they did, I feel like they would definitely Gigantamax form these two, or these three, or I guess just Alakazam, right? Galarian Stunfisk, Ground Steel type. With this bear trap appearance, it makes sense that its version of Stunfisk is Ground Steel, just don't step on it. Is it like a bear claw? If I can't provide some of these pictures, like even in post-editing, that they just don't have them, then I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty much a bear claw. It has like green prints on them, and that's pretty clever. I like that. I don't know if I'm just being easily impressed or if they're genuinely good. I think they're genuinely good. This is probably like the best designed Pokemon that I've seen since 6th gen, because I consider 6th gen being like the best designed Pokemon. There's Indeedee, Psychic Normal type. I can imagine the Pokemon turning to me after I said something stupid and condescendingly say indeed. It's absolutely adorable. It's a Psychic Normal type. Don't know what the heck Indeedee is. Indeedee! Okay, looks like Audino pretty much. Interesting. And there's also a male form actually. That one looks more like a kind of like Esper or like a cat or some kind. I don't know. So it differs between male and female then. Ice-Q variants. Don't know what that means because there's Ice-Q and then it says an Ice-Q and they're both ice types. Seems like there's a different version of this adorable ice type penguin depending on which version of the game you have. We're not sure which game either one belongs to at present. Okay, so in Sword and Shield, like separate exclusive forms is what they're saying? What is Ice-Cube even? Oh, I see. There's like a big ice cube on one of the penguins and then the other one just have like a regular circular penguin head kind of, but it's blue. I see. Ice-Cube. Stone Jorner. It's likely a ground or rock type Pokemon, seen as how he resembles Stonehenge. They just put ground type for this one, they're not really sure. Okay, let's take a look at Stone Jorner. Half of these I don't even remember, dude. Oh, I do remember this actually. Yeah, that's my guess. Rock ground type, maybe just solid ground, perhaps. Applin, I do remember this one. This one is so freaking clever. This is like, mwah, perfection. Applin, Grass Dragon type. And then there's Flapple, also Grass Dragon, and then Appleton, another Grass Dragon. It's so freaking clever because the peeling of the apple spreads out to become the wings. Like, I've seen some Fakemon apple designs, and this one blows it out of the water completely. And Appleton apparently has a Gigantamax form. It's kind of hard to tell the details on this blurry image, but it looks like Appleton turns into a caramel apple. Alright, we might have to look at that some other time though. There's Dreepy, a dragon ghost Pokemon. Head shaped somewhat like a paper airplane. Okay. Dark Loke, and then it evolves into Dragapult. All dragon ghost types. Then we have Phalanx, fighting type. This guy might be little, but he's definitely a fighter. You don't want to mess with him. What does Phalanx look like? Are they talking about the bug? I see a little caption thing that's pretty funny. They're like, bro, what the heck? Pretty much. Is it a fighting type? I don't know. Am I looking at the wrong picture? He looks like a bug type. I don't know. This one I have heard of the rumors. Galarian Darumaka being some type of a ice type, and they don't know if there's another type that's there, but I see versions of the Gen 5 fire type Pokemon. Look at those cute features. So if I were to guess what they could be, from what I've seen at first, they did look like ice types. That's just what I'm gonna say. They're just ice. They could be ice psychic, who knows, but that might be just it. And they also have like a Zen mode, so yeah, I'm gonna say ice psychic, and they do have a thing going on, and it turns more into snowman. except like the different version of it kind of looks like a fiery nose instead of just a carrot nose, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe he's just woke or something, or I don't know. It's really cool. When I saw this, I got really excited. Then there's these fossil Pokemon. There's Dracozolt, Arctozolt, Dracovish, and Arctovish. Dracozolt is an electric dragon, Arctozolt is electric ice, Dracovish is water dragon, and Arctovish is water ice. All really interesting because they kind of differ between whatever it is. Hang on. You can choose a top fossil and a bottom fossil. Depending on which one you choose, you'll get one of these 4 Pokemon. I don't really know what determines what when it comes to that. I don't actually see a good picture on these. But it's still interesting nonetheless. I've seen them before and I don't remember what they look like. Still very interesting nonetheless. Now the final Pokemon. Oh my god. Eternatus. This is the giant Pokemon on the hill. He looks much different right now. He's pretty much a Giratina. It says Ghost Dragon type. Really interesting choice. I thought it for sure was going to be electric type. Or electric dragon or something like that. What this tells me from its form, I feel like it does change form when it's on land. Because whatever's on the hill doesn't exactly look like what it does on here. Which is very interesting nonetheless. And there's some screenshots right here looking much gigantic compared to anything else. And I also keep seeing this freaking picture of it saying this is space chicken, so I don't really understand the reference there. And then there's these other pictures which I don't know if they're accurate or not, but Eternatus is like a lot smaller in these other pictures, so I'm not really sure. Regardless of the fact, I think this is definitely the main Pokemon. I'm still kind of confused why it's not Electric Dragon, but this Pokemon's insanely cool. When I saw him, I was blown away. I didn't expect him to be anything like this. He looks like a futuristic, like, I guess space chicken would be accurate, but I don't think chicken would be fitting of it. But he looks like he's from space. It's something very beyond. Looked like something from Star Trek or Star Wars or something. Really awesome. And this could fill in a lot of things. And thanks to this picture right here, whew man, a lot of stuff to fill in there. But I hope you like this episode. That is all the Pokemon that we have today, besides the ones that we already mentioned. Like, you know, of course, all the ones that I listed upon. Except I didn't list Zacian or Zamazenta. I just said them, but never actually said it outright. I mentioned all the other Galarian forms. But yeah, the next video, we are going to do a map breakdown. Hopefully I could get this on time before Friday, because then everybody would get Sword and Shield and there will be no point. So I'll do that really soon. And hopefully I can edit this really quickly, because it took me forever to find this freaking list. But either way, join White Tigers and Dragons. White Tigers and Dragons to you. And you've been scarred by the night. I'm out.